Episode 1. In the dark, Sakura faces harsh judgments from strangers, but wakes from the nightmare to a lively shopping street. He helps a woman being harassed by gang members, revealing his strength. The woman, Kotaha, thanks him, and they share a meal, during which she shows genuine interest in him. Sakura's goal to climb Furin High School's delinquency hierarchy is revealed. While conversing, Sakura helps an elderly man, but Kotaha suggests his solitary nature may hinder his goals. The gang members return, causing chaos, and residents seek help from unknown sources. Recalling Kotaha's words about solitude, Sakura confronts the gang, leading to a fierce fight where Kotaha is taken hostage. Sakura prioritizes her safety over combat effectiveness. Before an attack, an unfamiliar figure shields him. Furin students arrive, engaging the gang in a stylish showdown, cheered by residents. Kotaha reveals Furin students protect the town, known as Belfurin, evidenced by warning signs. Residents thank them, but Sakura, surprised by Furin students' kindness, feels uncomfortable. Despite Kotaha's encouragement, he remains guarded and confronts the gang's leader defiantly. Episode 2. Sakura and a grandmother enter Kotaha's restaurant, where the grandmother insists on giving Sakura a piggyback ride, annoying him. Inside, Kotaha teases Sakura, and she makes him a sandwich. The banter is interrupted by Narei, a first year at Furin who admires Sakura's hair color. Narei's innocent teasing irritates Sakura. When Narei asks why Sakura came to town, Sakura expresses his ambition to reach the top. After Narei leaves, Sakura vents to Kotaha, expressing disdain for seemingly strong but inwardly weak individuals like Narei. Kotaha uses a coffee bean analogy, urging Sakura to adopt a broader perspective. Sakura receives gifts and gratitude from the townsfolk. A girl asks for help as Narei tries to fend off bullies, but Sakura intervenes and incapacitates them. After seeing Sakura's quick response, Narei is amazed and also devastated, blaming himself for his perceived weakness due to being bullied in middle school. He opens up about being rescued by a Furin student, who inspires him to be as cool as them. Moved, Sakura reassures Narei, affirming that he's not lame. As the girl thanks them, Sakura notices a bond forming between them. Excited, Narei and Sakura start their first day at Furin, where Narei is thrilled to find his admired fighters in the same class, but is worried of a rumored dangerous student. They are warmly greeted by Suo, who surprises Narei with his cheerful demeanor. The mood changes when a menacing student named Kyotaro challenges them physically, similar to Sakura's combat inclination. Episode 3. Amid escalating tension, Sakura and Sugashita get into a scuffle, revealing Sugashita's deep admiration for the Belfurin leader and its members. Sugashita attacks Sakura, seeing this ambition as a challenge to the man who stands at the top. Sakura counters, stopping the fight. Belfurin's representative, Yumamiya, arrives, advising them to enjoy their time at Furin and avoid fights. Sugashita, reverent, agrees. Suo brokers peace between Sakura and Sugashita with a heartfelt handshake. Sakura's classmates praise him, making him feel embraced by the community. They're summoned by their seniors and meet Hiragi, who rescued Sakura and Kotaha. The mention of Kotaha's name silences Hiragi, arousing curiosity among the students. Hiragi hints at a connection between Kotaha and Yumamiya, warning of severe consequences if Yumamiya learns of Kotaha's danger. To calm his nerves, he takes Gaskun pills for his upset stomach. Narei humorously documents this in his Belfurin journal, and explains the Belfurin hierarchy to Sakura. Yumamiya oversees 4 kings, with Hiragi mentoring Sakura's class as one of them. Belfurin is structured like the 4 heavenly kings, with Sakura's class being part of the Tamon team. Following Yumamiya's directive to avoid conflict, Sugashita tries to clean his face. Classes begin town patrols, which disappoints Sakura. They clean graffiti, and Narei shows the boundary between Belfurin and Shishitorin, a ruthless group. They intervene in a chase, surprising onlookers by engaging one pursuer. Narei stops Sakura from crossing a tunnel, revealing it as a boundary between Belfurin and Shishitorin. Jo Tagame, Shishitorin's second-in-command, joins and initially appears relaxed, but then ruthlessly attacks a weak teammate. Sakura is almost drawn into a confrontation, but Tagame departs, vowing to settle things elsewhere. Episode 4. Sakura and a large chunk of the other Belfurin fighters on the roof of the school met the top dog Yumamiya. Sakura was expecting some monstrous fighter with 16 arms and the ability to flash step. Instead, they were all treated to a gardener who was more worried about his plants than anything else. After a brief chat about why Belfurin and the Shishitorin are likely going to throw down, Yumamiya shows himself to be an intensely admirable guy. After reassuring his juniors, Yumamiya explains that he agrees with Sakura, and he's happy to have him aboard. This is also another chance for Sakura to end up feeling that good old-fashioned family, and acts as a great chance for him to once again tsundere it up. Things then cut to a reckless Shishitorin fighter called Choji Tomiyama, who's dragged one of the Belfurin over and decides to declare war using a megaphone. Yumamiya then gives a brief glimpse of what appears to be his general bloodlust, and the crew makes their way down to meet Tomiyama. Tomiyama seems like a genuine psychopath at this point, and dances around Yumamiya while trying to provoke him. After showing a trail of beaten bodies, the fight gives it a good try at starting. It's not long before even more Shishatoran members show up, and they all pick opponents to fight from the Bofurin boys. Episode 5. The Bofurin team, with Sakura, Suo, Yumamiya, Haragi, and Sugashita, supported by Narei, enter Shishatoran's territory, greeted warmly by Choji. However, they find the area marked by graffiti and closed businesses. The Orion appears dilapidated, with only Ori visible, hinting at confinement. This sets the stage for tension, turning the theater into a battleground. Inside, rowdy Shishatoran members cause a commotion. Sugashita's opponent impresses but distracts him by mentioning Yumamiya, allowing him for a surprise punch. Sugashita recovers, emphasizing respect for Yumamiya and knocking out his opponent. Shishatoran is stunned by Sugashita's victory, while Choji delights. The defeated member is removed and treated with contempt. Suo's opponent is nervous, as little is known about him. Suo calmly dodges attacks, amazing onlookers. Sakura realizes Suo enjoys playing with opponents, but his true intention is to teach a lesson. Suo's opponent laughed when Sakura and Sugashita's teammate were stuck. Jo Takame reveals the opponent is not part of Shishatoran. Suo emphasizes empathy, reciprocating the harm inflicted upon his team by the man. Episode 6. The narrative begins with Suo's skirmish, followed by Haragi's confrontation with Sako of Shishatoran, a top combatant known for his deep-seated animosity towards Haragi. As they clash, Sako gains the upper hand, pushing Haragi to the brink of defeat until he's struck from behind. Sakura grows increasingly agitated by Sako's derogatory remarks towards Bofurin and Haragi. Yumamiya reveals Haragi's significant role as one of Bofurin's 4 kings, leading the Tomoten team, also known as Bishamonten, the war deity governing the battlefield. At a critical moment, Haragi seems to resurrect, dramatically altering the course of the battle. In a revealing flashback, the origin of Haragi and Sako's relationship is unveiled. Starting from Sako's time being bullied in school due to his intelligence, Yumamiya and Sako discuss their history, with Yumamiya expressing interest when Haragi's ready to share. Haragi enters, imparting a valuable lesson, earning Sako's admiration. Haragi mentors Sako in combat techniques, inspiring Sako to enroll at Furin High to support Haragi in becoming its strongest figure. Despite Furin's reputation as a school for troublemakers, Haragi advises Sako to carve his path, revealing his commitment to supporting someone named Yumamiya. Feeling betrayed, Sako resolves to become stronger, seeking confrontation wherever possible. Choji and Takame recruited him into Shishatoran during this period. Returning to the present, Haragi is poised for a victory. In a reflective voiceover, Sako confesses his desire to follow Haragi's lead, cherishing memories of their time together. When Haragi ultimately incapacitates him, he delicately moves Sako aside, ensuring his dignity is preserved. Episode 7. Togame reminisces about the past battle until Choji interrupts, signaling it's his turn to fight. Sakura steps up eagerly, but Togame's superior speed and skill become evident. Amidst enthusiastic cheers, Togame delivers powerful blows to Sakura, accusing him of relying on group strength rather than individual power. Motivated, Sakura launches a surprising counterattack, declaring his resolve to never lose to someone like Togame. Their battle evolves into a philosophical confrontation. Togame pins Sakura down, who accuses Shishatoran of being ruthless bullies, suggesting they should be called the Bully Club. He argues their devotion to power is just a means to oppress others. Understanding the intrusion on their territory, Togame incapacitates those responsible for targeting a middle schooler, apologizes for that interruption, and requests to resume the fight. Togame, who was scouted by Choji when Shishatoran was more like a family, showcases his superior speed and skill as he continues to deliver powerful blows to Sakura. Togame cherished the bond he shared with Choji, finding inspiration in his belief that power meant freedom, not oppression. However, when Choji assumed the leadership of Shishatoran, he aimed to elevate the group to his level of strength, confiding his aspirations to Togame. After a member was injured by a rival gang, Choji abruptly changed his philosophy, kicking out the injured member instead of seeking revenge, shocking Togame. Disheartened by this transformation in Choji, Togame resigned himself to become the villain in exchange for Choji's former joviality. Sakura's questioning further undermines Togame's resolve, leaving him questioning his motivations and appearing defeated. Episode 8. Togame stood out among the power-hungry Shishatoran members by emphasizing that their group had no place for scumbags. He punished members who harassed a middle school student, silently disapproving of Choji's reign of terror. Reflecting on his past silence, Togame faced a fierce attack from Sakura, who declared that she never averted her eyes or distorted who she was, even against a strong opponent. Inspired by her words, Togame realized he had compromised his ethics and joined in an intense fight with Sakura. They ended up on the floor, bloodied but full of life. Togame confessed his regrets, and taking a final hit, cheerfully surrendered. Sakura was frustrated by the anticlimactic end. Choji interrupted, insisting on his duel with Yumamiya. Togame urged Choji to stop, but Choji ruthlessly kicked him. Sakura nearly attacked Choji, but Yumamiya intervened. Meanwhile, Choji revealed his true nature, declaring that everyone in Shishitorn was weak, and announced his plan to take over Bofurin and become free. He then attacked Yumamiya. Suo observed Choji's fighting style, and commented, "I've never seen such reckless movements. He's a natural-born monster." Narei, on the other hand, was paralyzed, seemingly disconnected from reality. Amidst the ongoing fight, Sakura vowed to become a better fighter. Choji remained narcissistic and showed no remorse. After giving Choji multiple chances to redeem himself, Yumamiya finally resolved to win. Episode 9. There was an intense one-on-one fight between Yumamiya and Choji. Despite this, Choji continued to fight, landing punches non-stop. While they were fiercely battling, Choji reiterated that he wanted to be free. Yumamiya asked what freedom meant to him, and Choji replied that it was when he was having fun. When Yumamiya finally cornered him with his questions, Choji mentally gave up and began punching Yumamiya repeatedly in the face. To the audience's astonishment, Yumamiya didn't fight back. When Choji bit Yumamiya's throat, Yumamiya comforted him and reminded him about the time Shishitorn and Bofurin had a dispute. Choji was surrounded by people and felt the happiest. Yumamiya stood up and headbutted Choji to help him recall his memories. Choji's story was finally revealed. The current version of Choji felt like he was walking alone in the desert, but in his memories, he felt happiness and had the most fun with his teammates. He used to think that being at the top would make him freer and lead to having more fun, but he was wrong. As soon as he reached the top, he found himself all alone. This was when Choji opened his eyes to Togame, apologizing to Choji for making him feel isolated. But Choji replied that it wasn't Togame who led to his isolation, but Choji himself. He had focused so much on the goal, like a treasure hunt, that when he reached it, it all felt empty. To make sense of this emptiness, he erroneously thought that the weakness of the team was an obstacle on his road to freedom. Choji finally came to his senses and apologized to Togame. He got up and offered Shishitorn to Yumamiya since Yumamiya had won. But Yumamiya hilariously proposed they be friends instead, shocking the audience. Episode 10. Yumamiya organized for the defeated Shishitorn members to leave the theater, and proposed an after-party with takeout to celebrate with Togame and Shoji Tomiyama, which annoyed Haruka Sakura. During the meal, some Bofurin members were surprised, and Sakura questioned how Yumamiya could eat with someone he had just fought, referring to it as a mere fight. Yumamiya apologized to Togame and took responsibility for the incident in Shishitorn's condition. Yumamiya apologized to Togame and took responsibility for the incident in Shishitorn's condition. Despite Tomiyama trying to take the blame, both he and Togame apologized. Yumamiya asked Sakura for his opinion, and Sakura advised Togame to change for the better, expressing his wish to see him improve. Choji was moved by Yumamiya's words and understood why his fists felt light. They agreed to work together for Shishitorn. The Bofurin boys returned to Kota Tachibana's cafe, where Kota thanked them for handling the situation. Sakura reflected on his recent experiences, and others noticed his unease. When Narei questioned him, Sakura tried to leave, but Yumamiya stopped him, wanting to talk about Sakura's conversation with Togame, which Sakura initially denied. Yumamiya's observations indicated that Sakura had indeed conversed with Togame. Sakura questioned Yumamiya's interest, and Yumamiya explained the topic made him happy. He shared his curiosity about the outsider's arrival and acknowledged Sakura's recent positive behavior. Sakura then asked about Yumamiya's ability to accept kindness, referencing Furin's actions. He admitted his inability to achieve his goal of reaching the top alone, and expressed doubt that he ever could. Narei interjected, noting Sakura's capacity to accept others' compassion. Yumamiya then explained the conditions for a conversation through physical conflict, prompting Sakura to realize his personal growth. This realization caused Sakura to blush and express his ambition to reach the top. Tsukishita tried to start a fight, but others intervened, with Tachibana reprimanding them. Episode 11. Sakura and his friends receive recognition for competing with Shishitorn. Returning to class, Sakura meets new classmate Sugeta, a sporty and flashy individual obsessed with virtues. Narei is instantly smitten with Sugeta and shares facts from his secret notebook, which Sugeta appreciates. Sugeta persuades Suo and Sakura to join him and Narei at a cafe, where they encounter classmate Mitsuki Kiryu, who's with a girl they assume is his girlfriend. Sugeta's intense demeanor frightens the girl, prompting Kiryu to caution him about his appearance. As they prepare to leave, a gang confronts Kiryu, seeking revenge for a previous altercation. Sakura and the Furin members join in to defend Kiryu, initiating a fight. Sugeta provokes his opponents to hit him, and after falling, quickly rebounds and defeats his opponent with a display of virtue. Kiryu protects a girl and her friend Narei by diverting their opponents towards Sakura. Suo boasts Sakura's confidence, leading to Bofurin's victory. Sugeta declares Bofurin's motto, purging evil. After ensuring the girl's safety, the group bonds, and Kiryu adds his number to Sakura's phone. They laugh at Sakura's lone contact in the weather service, and a joke about their future. The next day, Sakura is thrilled to have more contacts and feel part of the group. Konoha adds her number, and the group becomes lively with messages, though Sakura struggles with technology. By the time he finishes typing a message, the group has moved on to a different topic, frustrating them. At school, he loudly inquires about the grade captain. 3 upperclassmen arrive, including the grade captain Inamoto and secondary captains Kasumi and Kaji from the Tomen team. When the first years are asked to select their grade captain, Suo surprisingly nominates Sakura for the position. Episode 12. Suo nominates Sakura as the grade captain, with the rest of their friends and classmates supporting the decision. Sakura feels flustered and conflicted, believing the leadership requires a specific goal, an idea he learned from Yumamiya. Feeling inadequate, Sakura learns that Kaji, typically quiet, is the grade captain for the second-year Tomen team. After Kaji acknowledges Sakura's new role, the class fully supports Sakura, with Narei and Suo becoming secondary captains to assist him. On their first patrol together, Kaji and Sakura encounter an old lady searching for her lost girl, which turns out to be a cat. Sakura spots the cat on a roof and gives a chase. After an exhausting pursuit, the cat jumps into a river, with Kaji quickly following to rescue it. They successfully return the cat to its owner. While everyone enjoys treats from the grateful lady, Sakura questions the hot-tempered Kaji about his motivation as grade captain. Kaji explains that he was chosen like Sakura and relies on his secondary captains. This revelation helps Sakura realize that it's okay to not have a specific goal as a leader. His classmates nominated him because they believe in him. The next day, sleep-deprived from pondering his new role, Sakura visits Konoha's cafe. Konoha suggests that Sakura should start addressing people by their names, which might be his first step as grade captain. Back at school, Narei tries to help Sakura learn the names and faces of their classmates. During this, all grade captains and secondary captains are summoned to the rooftop by Yumamiya. On the rooftop, Narei expresses his desire to support Sakura and Suo by doing what he does best, as he struggles with remembering names. Sakura realizes his insincerity, and for the first time addresses Narei and Suo by their names. At that moment, the 4 kings of Furin High appear with their secondaries, resembling a royal fleet.